So hi everybody and welcome back to the C++ tutorial series for absolute beginners. This is video 198 and this video is an introduction for our next exercise. In our next exercise we will create a score system, and for this score system you should reuse your login system again, or create a new, or get one from internet and try to understand advanced login system perhaps. This is the first part. And the second part, which is the bigger part, is you should create a linked list, single or double. There are two variations. And then you should not use an array. So this linked list should be created with nodes, with class nodes, and for linking we will use pointers. And when I open up this linked list here in Wikipedia, for example, then you can see how a linked list should work. So you can see you have here a class. This class has, for example, a pointer, and then it points to the next node class, and this class is then called a node. And when you scroll here a little bit down, they have even made here an example which you should not use. You should try this on your own first, but if you let's say can't solve it on your own, then use the code what they show. And if this is also not working, this linked list example, which you see here, or other ones, they are so popular and they are all over the internet. You will find millions of variations, millions of solutions. So my suggestion is try to do this first on your own. If you say, I'm stuck, I really can't do it, then watch on internet. There are a million of solutions, probably better than even mine, but the purpose is that you train all these keywords which we learned and try to use them. So it makes no sense that you say, okay, I just get and copy this one and I'm finished. No, try really on your own, because here we dive also in pointers a little bit, in classes again, and then we are creating a list. And now when we continue, this list should have functionality, of course, and you can see the functionality of the list is you should be able to sort this list, and we sort this list, the score, based on the score, because we have here also other values perhaps, but based on the score and descending, which means the highest score is all time on top. That's very important. Then we have the functionality also search. So for example, I can you can ask, for example, or you can type in a name, and then this name will be searched in this list, and if it's in the list it will say yes or no, something like that. You don't need to make it too complicated. And then there is also a insert. That's very important. So let's say we have just this 4 entries here, right? And then you want another entry, and then this entry will be inserted here, depends on the score here. And let's say the entry has score 50, then you must be first inserted and then perhaps sorted, or you make a insert while you have already figured out where you want it. And if you have already figured out where you want it, there are different kind of inserts for in the start point, middle, anywhere between, or at the end here. Okay, this functionality should be also there, and delete all or single selected entry here. So we are able also to delete one of them. And these functionalities are sound very complicated, and they are a lot of work at the start, but like I said, this linked list is very popular, and what you see here, this sort, search, insert, delete, is also very popular. With other words, on the web you will find here already finished solutions, and you should not use them, right? Very important. Try to do them first on your own. Later, if you say, no, I could not make it, then you can watch them, but don't copy paste them. Try to understand them and then try on your own again, because you are only here for training. That's the point here. You will be not, I don't know, it's only for yourself, right? How to use this one. And important is, like I said, that we are not using an array. We are using like this node class, which is just a class. You can see you can create a node class. It's just here, let's say one class. In this class is a pointer, and then it's pointing to the next node. And this nodes here, actually, you can make here, say score, name as data, right? So we learn, then you learn how to use classes, how to select them, search them, and all this kind of stuff. But don't worry, research them also if you say I stuck. And when you research this options here, for example, there are different kind of sort options. For example, when I go sort on the internet, there are, I don't know, I think at least 10 sort algorithms which you can use. They are all simple, for example, merge sorts, bubble sort, and whatever sort. But try first your own sort, because then you are trying something and then you say, okay, I have found my own sort. This is the best solution. If not, try to use one of these solutions online. And the solutions online, they have just different advantages and disadvantages. For example, speed and space and all this kind of stuff, but we ignore them. Just try to find first your own. If that's not working, go on the net and try and research a little bit about this different sorts, search, insert, and delete with linked list. And here important is there is a linked list, single or double. You can choose what you want, which you prefer. They have, again, single is perhaps, I don't know, has again the advantages about space. Double is more efficient and all this kind of stuff. This kind of information we can ignore just to try to implement them. That's very important. And yeah, this is exercise 1 actually, also the whole thing here. So we have here logging system, which we already have. So you can just reuse them. And the reason why we reuse this one here is so that you try to, that you train using libraries, because that's a very important part of a programmer too, that you create libraries and reuse them instead of creating them all time from scratch. That's very important. And the next point is, what I want to say is, this is part 1. There is another exercise which we will do, and this other exercise, you already know it. I will ask you a lot of questions, one line here with questions, and then you get again time. You can pause the video, try to answer them, and then you can start the video, and then I will present my solution about the questions. And this kind of questions will be probably for those parts which we skipped, for example, in operator, in new keyword, and there are parts which we just, where I said it's too much theory, which I can't cover all in this video. But actually in this exercise I will ask probably many questions about this theory parts and make examples, and you have just to say to show or better say test yourself if you understand it or not. So that's it about this introduction. I hope you try your best and like all time, later I will present my solution as well. And I wish you now good luck and have fun, and like all time, never give up. Bye.